Hello, Elle here from Vegan FTA. We're going to talk about a story that shows the true commodity status of pigs. Let's get straight into it. It's quite upsetting, but let's have a look. Washington family devastated after butchers mistakenly kill pet pigs. Family in Washington state has been left devastated after a mobile butcher confused their home with a different address and slaughtered their pet pigs. Betty and Patty, both 2 years old, were shot in their pen in Port Orchard while their family was away from home. Owner Nathan Gray said he could not contain his anger. They were my wife's pets and my kids, and their family. So essentially, these pigs were companion animals. They weren't to be slaughtered, but they ended up being slaughtered anyway. Police told the BBC that the matter has been passed up to the prosecutor's office. Mr. Gray and his wife Natalie said they returned home on May the 1st to find their pets in the process of being butchered. Their home CCTV system had alerted them to an unknown vehicle on their property. Mr. Gray said that after arriving, one of his employees approached him and said, "These guys shot your pigs." He said he found Patty and Betty laying in pools of blood. They shot them only 16 feet from our neighbour's fence. He said he confronted the butcher, who said his GPS screwed up. They asked me what I wanted to do with the pigs, whether I wanted them to be processed. This just shows the level of commodity status that pigs have. Bearing in mind these animals were considered part of the family, they still decided to ask them if they would want to have them for their flesh. Could you imagine if a dog had died? And then a vet turned around and asked, I know this is really sad and I'm sorry, but would you like their body bagged up so you can have a barbecue with them? Even when they're deemed safe because someone decides that they want to keep them as pets, they're still seen as things, not individuals. But again, the question is, what is the significant difference between them and a dog that would make this acceptable to even ask? They'll be buried on this property like the rest of our animals. Mrs. Gray said that the children have been traumatized. They were my babies, she said of Betty and Patty. And when you have kids and they don't feel safe, when they feel violated, I feel mad that they don't feel safe. I mean, it's not a generally safe thing anyway, thinking that animals can be shot in the head. The pigs enjoyed chasing their daughters and playing in the mud and were expected to live their entire lives at their Grey Acres farm, the couple said. Yeah, it's not a shock that pigs enjoy playing. Mud helps them cool down. They like to play. They're very intelligent, inquisitive animals. Yet we systematically send them to be gassed or shot in the head. And sometimes people will be sent over, like these mobile butchers, to come and do it. Imagine that's your duty, to drive somewhere to shoot someone in the head. The Greys now want to ensure that this never happens again and hope to change the laws that regulate mobile butchering. It seems there's no guidelines. What I've read, there's nothing about firearm training, said Mr. Gray. He added that he would find it incredible if it was legal to walk onto private property with a gun and kill an animal without the owner's permission. I mean, owner's permission or not, it beggars belief that it's even the case that someone can go onto private property and shoot an animal in the head, or end their lives in the many ways that people do. A lawyer of the couple, Adam Karp, told BBC News that the law treats Betty and Patty no differently than if they were a golden retriever or Norwegian forest cats. Quite the contrary, unfortunately, it does indeed treat pigs very differently. But our laws are very interesting in the sense that, yeah, if they are a companion animal, they do indeed have more protections. And really, what is the difference between them and a golden retriever or a Norwegian forest cat? There isn't one. So the fact that we're killing them in the first place is just ridiculous. This shouldn't have been something that mistakenly happened anyway because the GPS screwed up. That should never have been something that happened, because we shouldn't be finding it acceptable to kill these animals in the first place. Despite being legally classified as livestock, he said that this is a serious crime to intentionally cause injury to any animal without legal justification, and that the butcher may be civilly liable for the offence of theft of livestock. This term livestock really objectifies these animals. The problem in the first place wasn't that it was a mistake that these animals were killed. The problem came before that, thinking that pigs are animals we can kill in the first place. He added that he has been hired by the couple to explore criminal, civil and regulatory avenues to do justice for Betty and Patty and to ensure no horror like this ever happens again. We wonder what this regulation change might look like if it goes to plan. I'm imagining this family might not be vegan. It hasn't been stated that they are, but could this be a positive regulation change for animals that is brought forward not by vegans or animal rights advocates, but by people who aren't? Mobile slaughter units were created in the US in 2002. Each is accompanied by an official food safety inspector. They are intended to allow farmers and ranchers to have their animals butchered without being forced to travel long distances to access larger facilities. As we know, there are so many animals who are sent to slaughterhouses where they meet their fate, and atrocious things happen in those slaughterhouses, but atrocious things are happening by these mobile butchers. It's just cutting out one transportation. Let us know what you think of this story below. It's horrific that this is a story in the first place. Please make sure you're subscribed to Vegan FTA so you can see more videos like this and you don't miss any. And do remember to go vegan for the animals, because they are the ones it means everything to.